Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United. Good evening, all. Hope you're all having a good one tonight. Getting the Thursday evening show for you lads and lasses. We're going to discuss the latest goings on at Manchester United. All the latest drama, news, etc., reaction. We're going to cover it in the next sort of hour show. Thank you very much for getting here, waiting patiently for us to get going, you bloody legends. How are we all doing tonight? 136 legends in here already at the start of this show. Get in there, you bacon brigadiers. Good to see you all. Thank you very much for joining us. Do us a favour at the start of this show. Smash that like button on it. Give us a massive thumbs up. You know it makes sense. Hit the thumbs ups. Give us a like. Share us around on social media if you want as well. You can give us a repost. The link's pinned at the top of the live chat there on Twitter. Give us a cheeky little repost if you want to do that. That will help us out, and we'll shout you out a bit later on in the show. Nice one. Just a big up yourself in the live chat. Who we got in here? Yes, indeed, Sim Games, Grange Hill vibes. Absolutely. How you doing there, Sim Games? I hope you're keeping well, boss. Thank you for joining aboard the Bacon Express tonight. And everyone else as well. Good to see you all. Appreciate you. Hang on a second. Let me just see who else we got in here. Why is my live chat thing not working here? Let's take a look. Don't know why. Let's see if that's working now. And it's not. Well, that's good. That's good then, isn't it? Nice one. That's positive. Nobody likes it when that happens. So yeah. Oh, it's working. Kieran, what's up? John Boy Cat, Sing Games, Gordon, Aaron, Ulster. Thank you very much, Aaron. I hope you're keeping well, by the way, Aaron. Much love to you, bro. How you feeling? Naz786, Danny, Melissa Smith, how you doing? Just everybody else as well. Luan, the Hoop Man, James Madhouse, Andy, Nick, Vutinator. Get in there, my son. Thank you, all of you, for getting in here. I do appreciate you all. Welcome aboard the show tonight. And everybody else as well. It's like reading a phone book at the start of this stream, isn't it? But just all of you. Every single one of you that's in here right now, thanks for getting in. Hit the likes, hit the subscribe if you're new as well. Get yourself involved. We're on our way to 74,500 subscribers. So please do hit the old subscribe button if you're new. Right, let's get stuck into the latest news then. It is a fully interactive show, obviously, so we will be getting in and out the chat. So do have your say throughout, and we'll get involved. And then obviously, at the end of the show, we'll have a big Q&A also. So stick around for that if you want to get your thoughts and opinions in there. But for now, Manchester United, the soap opera that is Manchester United is raging on. I'm expecting Cat Slater to cheat on Alfie Moon again any moment. I didn't just become a bit of a slag. No, I became a total slag. That's what I'm expecting soon. I'm expecting some serious shite on the go. Steve Owen's going to pop up with his ashtray and murder Saskia any moment. You know what I mean? It's going to be insane. You're going to see that Dr. Bloke driving to the canal or whatever he did in Coronation Street. I don't know. I didn't watch Corrie as much as EastEnders back in the day, to be fair. Hello, Mum. You know, it's all going off. Get out my pub, you slag. It's all going off over here at Statement United. I think we should change our name to Statement FC. Statement United, because it seems like every day or two now we're having to release some sort of statement. And today's no different. Today is no different. Manchester United having to release a statement in regards to Jadon Sancho, a.k.a. Mr. AWOL himself. And the AWOL stands for arsehole without leave. It doesn't stand for absent without leave. It stands for arsehole without leave. I don't know, but look, the current situation on Jadon Sancho has been discussed by Manchester United on their website, and unfortunately that's what we have to do at the moment. We're the type of club that has to release statements and discuss our player problems and our player issues every single day, it seems, at this stage. United just released a brief statement which reads as this: Jadon Sancho will remain on personal training. Pop up there. Personal training away from the first team group, pending resolution of a squad discipline issue. Okay, nice one. We know what the squad discipline issue is. He's bone bloody idle. That is the squad discipline issue. He's an absolute prima donna, egotistical meltbag. Look, apparently this is what's been going on. So Ten Hag was prepared to maybe try and get Sancho back into the side because, well, Sancho's a £73 million player. Oh shit! Sorry, guys, my light's just bloody fallen off, mate. Crikey. Holy shit. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can get that back on there. Fucking hell. Sorry, guys. That scared the shite out of me. The light just falls straight over, man. Hang on a second. This just won't do. This just will not do. I have to get the old duct tape out. Get the old duct tape out and fucking tape that at the back. Because that is just going to keep falling over, mate. Hang on a second. Hold on. Holy shit, that scared the shite out of me. Right, anyway. Oh, that's not good. That's not good, but it'll have to do for now during this show. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, no. Right, anyway. Hoopman says clip this for the extra channel. That's not a bad idea, is it, mate? What the fuck is going on here? Oh, shit. Anyway. Sorry, guys. Professionalism, you know, not the strongest point over here sometimes. Duct tape always fixes everything. Everybody knows that. Especially Jadon Sancho's mouth. Duct tape would certainly solve that situation, or if you'd have duct taped his hands together so he wasn't able to type on social media his bloody statement the other day, that would have been nice. But look, obviously the issue with Manchester United at the moment is it seems like Sancho was basically asked to apologise for his statement that he released on social media criticising the manager's methods and insinuating that he was being made a scapegoat and insinuating that Ten Hag was a liar. He was being asked to basically apologise by people within the club. You know, it's understood that Murtow maybe got involved. And was Sancho prepared to apologise? Was he prepared to be the big man and say sorry to Erik Ten Hag? No, he was not. No, he was not. So apparently he was asked to apologise to Erik Ten Hag but refused. He is using academy facilities to train at this moment in time. What an absolute pudding of a man. That's what really pisses me off. It's like he deleted that statement the other day in the end. We thought that was perhaps the time, you know, that would suggest that he's realised his wrongdoing and that he's prepared to sort of, I don't know, try and make things right again. And he was asked to apologise. He shouldn't, first of all, be even being asked to apologise. He should just be apologising. He should be taking it upon himself to apologise after undermining the manager, who is the big daddy, big bollocks at this football club, and everything that he says goes, and he publicly undermined the manager. He should be taking it upon himself to apologise, but instead he's having to be asked to apologise to begin with, which is a disgrace in itself, and he's refusing to apologise. And it's known that Ten Hag just wanted Sancho to apologise. You know, that would have gone a long way if Sancho had have apologised to Erik Ten Hag, perhaps publicly, but also certainly in person. That would have gone a long way to try and repairing this relationship. It's in Sancho's court now to put his hands up in the air and say he made a mistake, and to say that what the manager says goes, and I shouldn't have spoken out of turn. It's on Jadon Sancho to do that. So, you know, I've got very little sympathy for Jadon Sancho, to be fair, because he's the one that should have taken it upon himself to apologise anyway. So look, it's known, Sky reporting that Erik Ten Hag just wanted Jadon Sancho to apologise. Apologise for your social media post, Jadon. Undermining the manager. Bringing the whole squad discipline and squad authority into question. That's what he wanted you to do. But his bollocks are too big. If you didn't know, Jadon Sancho's got a sack on him that seems to have been bitten by 100 different bees. It's overinflated, it's massive, and he feels like he's a pretty big bollocks, this guy. He's rocking a massive sack, apparently. He's certainly got the ego to match it. And he thinks that his bollocks are too big for Ten Hag and Manchester United these days, it seems. Even though he's being paid £350,000 a week to be a bitty big bollocks. My sympathy levels for Jadon Sancho are absolute zero, guys. What a fucking melter. Do your job, Jadon Sancho. You know, get your head down, work hard, apologise for your wrongdoing, put things right. This is a chance now. Anthony's not in the side. This is a perfect chance for you to get back into the side and to prove yourself and prove your worth to United and the fan base and Ten Hag. But oh no, you're not prepared to say sorry. You know? Why does sorry seem to be the hardest word for Jadon Sancho? Why can't he apologise for his wrongdoing? Let's just ask the chat. Maybe it's just me that thinks he was wrong in the first place. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think Jadon Sancho was wrong to post that statement on Insta and Twitter and stuff. Smash a 1. Smash a 2 if you think, no, you know what? He's bang right. Let us know. But if he's done something wrong, he should apologise for doing something wrong. Hey, thank you, King Kenny, for getting in here with your highlighted mem comment, broski. Get in. He says, yo, Piggy, well, mate, Klopp refuses to sign players with personality problems. Even above past injuries is a factor. Erik ten Hag should do the same. Yeah, fair play to you, King Kenny. I think that should almost be like kind of the paramount thing that you look at. Is this person a fucking egomaniac twat? Then we don't want him. Is this person Neymar crossed with Pele, crossed with Mbappe, crossed with Messi, but he's also a complete jebend? Then we don't want him. You know, that's probably what we should be looking at. That should be the first thing that we look at. Is this person a potential rapist? Well, yes, okay, we don't want him. You know, these are things that we should basically be looking at. It shouldn't just be a case of, oh, you know, let's get this guy just based on talent alone. No, we're not interested in talent. We're interested in people not being a complete dirtbag and people not being complete fucking egomaniacs at this football club. That's what I'm looking for anyway. Thank you, King Kenny. I appreciate you, bro. But to be fair, who gives a shit about Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp? But in all fairness, yes, look, I see what you're saying. It should be a proviso that they're not a dirtbag. Lots of ones coming in the live chat. Thank you, everyone, for getting your votes in to say that they think Sancho is in the wrong for doing this and should be apologising. Yeah, exactly. John Vallandigham agrees. So does Pete Morris and Red Olsen. Send him to Saudi, says Elliot. Get in there, my son. Oh, Gordon. Get in there, Gordon. Come on. Look at that. We've got a new member of the Sausage Soldiers. Come on. He's upgraded his membership to the Sausage Soldiers. Gordon, lad. That's big, lad. Get in there, my son. You now will be in the outro, bro, for the show. Thank you so much for gifting us a membership there to the Sausage Soldiers, my son. I do really appreciate that. Everybody, can we get some big love in the live chat for Gordon, who's just become a tier 3 member. He is now a Sausage Soldier. Really appreciate that, Gordon. Thank you so much for taking the time to do that and for upgrading your membership there. It's very much appreciated. Everyone, get some big love in there for Gordon, lad, who's now a Sausage Soldier on the channel. You love to see it. Thank you so much there, Gordon. Gordon Bennett, what a legend. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. By the way, guys, if you're just getting in, almost, 300 legends in here tonight. Smash the likes. Help us get to 300 likes on the show. Takes a second to like the video. It's free. Make sure you do hit the thumbs up. Cheeky reminder to drop a like spike on it. And get yourself subscribed if you're new. We're marching on our way to 75,000 subscribers with Big Gordon in tow. Thanks for that again, Gordon. That's much appreciated, lad. Go on. Thank you so much. So, look, obviously there's some people that think that because Ten Hag basically publicly called out Jadon Sancho, that Sancho's got some sort of a leg to stand on when it comes to responding in the social media or in public, in the public eye, and responding and addressing these issues. But I personally don't. If that's down to Ten Hag, if that's what Ten Hag feels is the best sort of route of action to maybe try and get a reaction out of Jadon Sancho, then I say fair play to him. You can't be just undermining the manager, whether it's on Instagram or publicly anywhere. You just can't do it. It's not really that much different than, you know, Cristiano Ronaldo going on Piers Morgan and talking about it publicly. You don't air your dirty laundry in public like that when you're a player. Maybe a bit different when you're a manager if you're asked a direct question after a game. We know that Ten Hag's blunt and open and honest, and if he's prepared to answer a question like that, well, there's probably some particular reason for it, i.e. Sancho's a bone-idle trainer and doesn't give a toss. So, look, okay, fair enough. Maybe there is some inconsistency with Ten Hag when you think about some of the player issues that we've had at the football club, i.e. Anthony not performing particularly well this season. So this is another report here from James Ducker from The Telegraph that just says that Jadon Sancho believes that there's been notable inconsistencies in the way that Erik ten Hag has applied certain rules in relation to him compared to teammates. This is one of the reasons why Sancho claimed he is a scapegoat. Okay, well, we don't know exactly everything that's gone on there. We don't know the whole bigger picture, but I know that there were certain players that were punished by Erik ten Hag for being late. It was reported that Rashford was 1 minute late for a team meeting and he didn't start the game. He was brought on at half-time. He was benched. There was another incident where Garnacho was late one day and he got fucked off out the squad for a couple of weeks as well. This is it, you know, okay. Look, obviously managers are always going to have favourite players in some ways, but also it's a lot down to how hard you're working, how hard you're seen to be working. You know, it's like, do you know what Jadon Sancho reminds me of? It's like when you say you're working on a building site, right? You lay in your bricks. You're a bricklayer, you lay in your bricks. When the foreman comes round, or when the boss comes round, right? When the fucking boss comes round, you don't sit down and have a sip on your tea and change the fucking radio channel and look like you're doing fuck all. You know what I mean? When the boss comes round, you lay your bricks at 1.5 times the speed than you usually would when that twat's not there. You'd be seen to be working hard. You'd be seen to be working hard. And I don't think that Sancho has been seen to be working hard. I don't think he's working hard, but I don't think he's been seen to be working hard. You've got to be seen to be working hard. When the foreman comes round, lay your fucking bricks, my son. You know what I mean? Don't just sit down and have a swig of tea, lad. You know, that's the problem here, I think, is that certain players don't try that hard, and they're not seen to be working as hard by the manager, so the manager thinks, hey, look, I'm going to give an opportunity to somebody who does clearly work hard. And Antony's one of those players that does work hard, because you can see that in the games. He's tracking back, he's working hard, he's getting stuck in, and he paid 85 million for the guy, and he obviously has that relationship with him in the past at Ajax, and so, okay, maybe he does favour him a little bit. That's maybe true. But if Sancho was playing like a demon and training like a demon and working his socks off and being awesome in training and being awesome in the games, he would be getting selected in the side. It's not like Sancho's come on and bagged the hat-trick and then he's getting benched the next game. No, Sancho's come on and performed like an absolute two-toed melter out there on the pitch for us at times and really struggled, and therefore he's not got selected very much this season. I don't really see what his complaint is. I don't understand what his complaint is. So, you know, that's all I'm saying is that you've got to be seen to be working hard. And if you're not working hard on the pitch and off the pitch, you're not performing on the pitch in particular, you're not going to get in the team, and you shouldn't do. Paul, thank you very much for your super chat here, lad. He says, Ten Hag tried one last time to motivate the plaguey little blighter. No sympathy for him. That's what it was, wasn't it? Ryan Giggs said it himself in an interview last week with Webby and O'Neill. He literally said that Giggsy felt like Ten Hag, it was his last try really to try and get a response from Jadon Sancho after mollycoddling him, after giving him opportunities to trade away from the side last season, giving him a 3-month break, trying to get his head right, all the rest of it. This was the last stab at it, trying to save Jadon Sancho at the club. Unfortunately, he's had a response which is very, very nasty and not the sort of right response that he was looking for. It's a big shame, but hey-ho, that's life. So you can't judge every book perfectly, obviously, by its cover. And look, that's the beauty of man management. It's like, think about somebody like Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex Ferguson is famous for being known to read people really well. He's not going to... You know, he shouts at the people who need shouting out. Maybe he is a little bit more forgiving to the people who need to be a little bit more forgiven. You know, people have more sensitive personalities. People have more brazen personalities. And you've got to gauge that. With somebody like Eric Cantona, for instance, it's known that, you know, he was very soft with Eric Cantona because he wanted to get the best out of him. And more importantly, Cantona fucking performed during the fucking games. Who cares if he's not training 100% well? Who cares if he's fucking kicking Palace fans in the face, etc.? You know, this is the thing. It's like, oh shit. Sorry guys, my fucking light's gone for a Burton again here. Oh no. Hang on, it's not my webcam and everything. Ah shit, the fucking bedfed Pavel Nedved in the house. Super ciao. It's fucked it. Hold on. It's gonna go again. Anyway, sorry guys. Apologies. My bloody light's just Oh, really? Okay, that'll have to do for now. Anyway, sorry guys, I'm having all sorts of technical issues over here tonight. My set's falling apart, man. Berber, you legend, get in there, you handsome bastard. He says, I'd be embarrassed to be Sancho. All that money, but can't buy class. He's a loser with a loser mentality. Well said. Well said. I concur with what you're saying there, Don Berberini. I have to. I feel like he's got so much potential, so much ability, yet he's not prepared to work hard and unlock that ability and potential. He's just a coaster. He's an absolute coaster. Somebody who just tries to get through life with the path of least resistance. Work your bollocks to the bone, mate, like Bruno Fernandes, and see how far you get. You'll probably be able to be one of the best players in your league if you're prepared to, you know, work hard as anybody else, but I don't think he is. Vincent DeMays, thank you Vincent for getting in here raw with a €6 super chat. Super chat, super Vincent DeMays. Thank you, Vincent. Says Eric Ten Hag defended and played Promes at Ajax, who was under police investigation for stabbing someone, but he came on time and worked hard in training. Oh, fucking hell. Quincy Promes you're talking about, right? Oh, he was under investigation for stabbing someone, but he came on time and worked hard in training. See, that's what matters, doesn't it? Get in there early, get in there nice and early. and show the mentality. Be seen to be working hard. As I was saying, when you're on a building site, you want to be seen to be working hard when the foreman comes round. You don't sack it off when the foreman's coming round, maybe later on when it's just you and your mates there, but you work very hard when the foreman's in town. You know what I'm saying, Vincent DeMays? Absolutely. Do you know who he needs to take a leaf out of the book of? I'll tell you who he needs to take a leaf out of the book of, mate, yeah? Yeah? Tony Martial. Tony Martial, yeah? Because Tony Martial arrived for training this morning and he left after 5 minutes because he arrived at the wrong time. He arrived at 8:56 a.m. and left at 9 a.m. after he was informed training was later in the day. Tony Martial, the gift that keeps on giving. What a fucking melter. Turning up for training that isn't even on. You know what I mean? That reminds me, I actually did this once at school. This reminds me of a kid at school. I did this once. You know when there's like teacher training day? I just completely fucking forgot about it. I get there to the school gates, go into the fucking school. There's no bastard around. See the teacher or somebody who's in the fucking hallway, whatever. Where is everyone? It's teacher training day today, don't you know? Oh shit, yeah, fuck. That's Tony Martial. But at least he turned up. At least Tony Martial went there nice and early. If he thought training was at 9, he's there 4 minutes early, you know what I'm saying? He's not late. He's getting there on time, this guy. But fair play to him anyway. You know, I just thought it was funny, this report here from Samuel Earkhurst that says that Anthony Martial left Carrington 5 minutes after arriving because he arrived at the wrong time. He arrived at 8:56 and left at 9 a.m. after he was informed training was later in the day. That's classic, isn't it? Absolute classic. Oh my goodness me, he needs to check his organiser. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, enough about Tony Martial. Obviously, Jadon Sancho doesn't need to take a leaf out of the book of Tony Martial. I just thought it was a bit of banter there anyway. But look, okay, so Sancho maybe not happy that Ten Hag's been a little bit inconsistent with some of his players, but as I say, he's still punished players like Garnacho, players like Rashford in recent times that he's been at the football club. Okay, so maybe it does affect Jadon if he feels like there's some sort of double standards going on. And here is another report there from James Ducker that says that Jadon Sancho feels that he has been a victim of double standards at Manchester United. So we don't know exactly what's going on. Maybe there are players that are taking the piss in training. Maybe there are players that are performing not to a great standard in the games and they're still getting selected. But there can be ulterior reasons for this as well. Maybe we're a bit light in those areas in the team. For instance, Harry Maguire's shite on the pitch. He probably works hard in training though. As I've said many times, you never see Harry Maguire not trying. You see him being gash, but you don't see him not trying, and he probably trains like a demon. You know, trains like a committed player. That's what I would expect. That's why he gets selected. That's why he gets played sometimes. He might be shy, but he actually tries hard. Same goes for a lot of other players in the team. So I don't know. Who really knows? Only Jadon Sancho and Ten Hag and the squad know really who's the hardest workers in the room. But I could almost bet my left nut that Jadon Sancho is nowhere near the hardest worker in the room. Just by what's been said, just by his nonchalant attitude on the pitch sometimes, just by his performances. You know, he's got the ability, he's got the talent, but he doesn't unlock that talent on the pitch hardly at all. Because he's not, I don't think he's trying hard enough. I don't think he's got the right mentality for Manchester United. I don't think he works hard enough. On and off the pitch, maybe. So that's the problem there. Ten Hag wanted him to apologise. I mean, I agree with this statement here from Alex Turk. I do think it's absolutely pathetic from Jadon Sancho, this whole situation. So look, this is what Alex Turk said on social media. He said, genuinely pathetic behaviour from Jadon Sancho. Banishing him from the first team shouldn't do. Cut his wage until he grows up and does the right thing. 350k a week, hasn't even started repaying his earnings and transfer fee on the pitch. Who does he think he is? Smash a 1 in the chat if you agree with this statement. I mean, who does Jadon Sancho think he is? This is Manchester United. People should be jumping at the opportunity to play for us, working hard, eating shit sandwiches for breakfast on the daily from the manager in order to, you know, get in the side. This is Manchester United. This isn't some bloody prima donna FC team. This isn't PSG. This isn't some guff where you just like some big ego, you come in and get paid a big whack. It doesn't matter if you perform or not. This is Manchester United. You've got to earn your keep like anywhere else. As I said, there's people working many different jobs throughout the land where they have to perform, and if they don't perform, they get sacked off. But if Jadon Sancho doesn't feel like turning up on time or doesn't feel like playing hard in training or working hard, he gets paid the same. It's an abomination. K Morris, thanks so much, very much for getting in here with your hashtag 7-month membership, bro. Can we get some love in there for K Morris 93? Thanks for being a member 7 months, my son. Come on, he says, SAFC fan, but proud to be part of the Bacon Brigade. Thank you very much, K. Morris, man. Great to have you here, dude. Great to have you here. We welcome everybody in here from whatever club you're a supporter of, except those fucking City scum and Liverpool wankers. No, we actually do have a few people who watch those from those fans, and they're all right, to be fair. As long as you're not a complete jeb-end, we will let you get involved, and we're happy to have you. You know, we're happy to have you. We welcome everybody with open arms here on the Flying Pig United YouTube channel, guys. Yeah. Do us a favour, smash the like button, in fact. Hit the likes if you're just getting here. And get yourself subscribed, as I say, even if you're a wankbag Liverpool scummer. Get yourself involved. We want to hear from you. Tad Bakes, thanks for your super chat, bro. He says, evening, Pigster. Glad Sancho has been dropped from the team. Tired of seeing player power at the club. Know your role, Sancho. Good riddance, in my opinion. Spot the hell on, Tad Bakes. Set an example out of this guy. Make an example of him. If you think you're too big for Manchester United, you've got another thing coming. If you think you're bigger than Ten Hag, if you think you could just come out on social media and criticise Ten Hag, you've got another thing coming. He does need to be made an example of out of Ten Hag here. It's exactly what he needs to be done, you know, to have done to him, really. And so I agree with what we were talking about a minute ago. He should be fined wages. He should be sacked off to the reserves. He should be on boot polishing duty. But these egos, they wouldn't put their head down and polish the boots these days. No, they're too big bollocks. He'll cry on the rest of his fucking 350k a week contract for 2-3 years, sitting in the reserves or whatever the case may be, and just doing the bare minimum, turning up for training and going through the motions just so they can't fine him. But you know what? That's not good enough. We need to get rid of this guy, really. If he's not prepared to be the bigger man and apologise and right the wrongs that have clearly happened here at the club, then I don't want anything to do with him at the football club, really. He needs to be sold as soon as possible. Can we sell him? Probably not, because his attitude stinks. Prospective buyers aren't going to want somebody who's a big ego prima donna meltbag on 350 grand a week. They're not going to want somebody we paid £73 million for, and we basically lost almost all of our value in that player due to his attitude and his performances. I mean, what the fuck? We stink when it comes to making player acquisitions these days, but you know, some of these players probably do all the right things, say all the right things before we sign them, and Sancho probably no different. He's doing the great stuff over at Dortmund there, winning the accolades by playing fantastic performances out there for them every single bloody week. We get him in a big money contract and he just goes missing. So you know, you can't tell what these players are going to do sometimes. Alexis Sanchez was amazing at Arsenal before we signed him. As soon as he come here, he's gone on holiday. You know, that's the problem, really. It's about the characters of these players. Do they want to work hard and be professional, and are they committed to the cause? You never truly know until they're through the door. But unfortunately, we do have to start buying players based on their character more than any other aspect, I think. Because we've got issues going on. I mean, we are Statement FC right now. Every single day, there's some new bullshit coming out about us, all negative. And we shouldn't be having it. We should be having complete professionals at this football club representing us to a very high degree, not just being a complete scumbag. Chloe Jenkins, thank you so much for getting in here with another super chat. Can we get some love in there for Chloe Jenkins? Says, shows what a rat he is. He blamed his so-called friends that it was Marcus and Lingard's fault that he was late for training. I mean, that's low, isn't it? I haven't heard much about this, to be fair, you know, Chloe Jenkins. You're telling me this is news to me. But if that's the case, then that is absolutely low, isn't it? That's a disgrace and a nonsense. Roy Keane would be throwing punches at Jadon Sancho if he was on his team, and he actually would. He actually would as well. So, look, just to reiterate, Sancho, thank you, Chloe, very much indeed for that. You're absolutely spot on. That is pretty low if that's the case. Look, Sancho training on his own right now. Sancho's training on his own. So the latest is he's training alone at Man United's academy. Ten Hag wants an apology. Sancho hasn't currently provided one. Decision to banish him taken by Jadon Sancho. Revealed that John Murtaugh stepped in to resolve the matter, and it's unresolvable because he was asked to apologise to Ten Hag and he hasn't done. What he should be doing is posting on social media saying that, hey, look, I was wrong. I let the emotions get the better of me. I realised that I've been a petulant prat throwing my toys out of the pram. Should have respected the sheer authority and bollocks of Eric Ten Hag to call me out publicly on my bullshit. And I apologise. I'm going to get my head down, work my bollocks to the bone, and try and get back into this side and try and impress and try and get the fans back on my side and Eric Ten Hag back on my side and do what I should be doing from the start, which is working my absolute fucking nutsack off. But instead, he hasn't done that. He hasn't been prepared to apologise. Ulf793, great comment here. He says, I back Eric Ten Hag 100%. Sancho's a brat, the melt. Great comment, great comment. He is acting like a spoiled brat this minute, isn't he? He's acting like a spoiled brat on 350k a week. Yeah, precisely. Couldn't agree more. Let's get a hashtag 18 in there for 1 year and a half member. Ulf793, appreciate you, my son. 350k spoilt brat, says Alka Mahmood. Spot on, yes. There's no other real words for him, really. He is a spoilt brat. That's what he is. He's somebody that's just been given too much too soon and thinks he's his ego is massive and he thinks he's bigger than Ten Hag or Manchester United. Could you imagine this happening in the Fergie days? It just wouldn't fly, would it? No way. So it doesn't really look like there's much of a way back for Jadon Sancho based on these sort of recent revelations that have come out that he's refusing to apologise. He needed to do that to probably get back into the side. It was one thing to delete that post, but he needed to then sort of go back on that and admit that he was wrong, and certainly to apologise face to face and in person to Erik Ten Hag, which understandably hasn't happened right now. So Alex Crook here reports that not sure there is much of a way back for Sancho after refusing to apologise, told that MUFC are very taken aback by his lack of contrition. The club believe that Ten Hag has only ever tried to help him reach his potential, told many of Sancho's teammates are also dismayed by his actions. And I've talked about that the last few days. I think if you're a teammate of Jadon Sancho's, you're looking at his performances in training, his effort levels, and it can affect you. It can affect you, you know, if you are working much harder than somebody and they're on more money than you, that's going to cause some sort of bitterness, some sort of resentment, especially if they're not actually working hard for the team, especially when it comes to match day when they're letting you down and performing like an absolute loser. Just some big prima donna, basically. It's going to affect you. When you're, say, the captain of the side, somebody like Bruno Fernandes, who works very, very hard, and you're looking over in the dressing room, and this guy's, I don't know, got his headphones on, and he's fucking texting on his phone, and he's not focused, he doesn't give an arse. He gets out on the training pitch, and he's going through the motions, jogging, and he's got a few extra meat pies in his belly, whatever the case may be. And you're working super hard for your team, trying to drag the team forward, trying to, like, work hard and win trophies and bring back the glory days, and you just got some coaster on 350k a week. It must be very disconcerting, actually, for a lot of the players in the squad. So I get that. So I don't think there's much of a way back for him. But let's ask the chat, do you think there is a way back for Jadon Sancho now? Yes or no? Do you think there's a way back for Jadon? Yes or no? I mean, I would have said yes before this news that he's refusing to apologise, but because of this stubbornness from Jadon Sancho, it's got to be a no now. How is he going to get back into the setup anytime soon? Ten Hag's got him training away from the first team now. Like, that's the stance that Ten Hag's taken. He's got him training away from the first team. Loads of no's coming in here. Look, there shouldn't be a way back that's done and dusted. Absolutely. There's so many issues with this situation now. The saddest thing, though, is that this is just going to hurt the squad. It's going to hurt Man United. It's a financial debacle. It's a squad debacle. We know the situation with Anthony. I mean, if Jadon Sancho had anything about him, he would see the situation in front of him that Anthony's not available and that he's needed right now, and just step up and apologise and realise that he's in the wrong, and realise that he's got a big opportunity in front of him now to fill the position of Anthony going, and that he can really help the team. It seems like he's just constantly looking to get things out of Manchester United rather than put things into Manchester United. So, you know, he's got to apologise and try and work hard and get his way back in. I mean, Wonton says no, he shouldn't be allowed a way back in, but what does he think his options are? Precisely. Get in there, Wonton Doodle. By the way, big love to Wonton. Get some love hearts in there for Wonton Doodle, a.k.a. Mass, doing bits with the intro, the outro, the thumbnails and stuff. What a don. Thank you, Wonton Doodle, for your help, my son. No, but what does he think his options are? Right, okay, well, I don't know. I guess he's quite content just sacking off at United and getting paid his money and hoping that he can maybe broker a move at some point somewhere else, maybe back to the Bundesliga for another cushy job. I don't know, that's it. These players get so much that their contracts are bulletproof. It's not a pay-per-performance basis. It's not a pay-per-play basis. He gets what he gets, and that's that. So he's got no real motivation, I suppose, to grovel and try and get back into the team. He should do, just to be able to play football. But I think he's quite content just to wait it out until January and then try and get a move then. That's what I would think, because otherwise he'd be desperate to apologise. He'd be desperate to try and play football. Maybe he'll come around. We don't know the true character of Jadon Sancho. We're just assuming things. We don't know just how desperate he will be to play after a week or two of sitting on the sidelines. Maybe soon he'll realise that he's not going to play and try and work hard, but even then it'll probably be for the wrong reasons. So what are his options? I guess his options would be to leave, to get a loan, to get a transfer away in the summer. Maybe his options would be to apologise, man up, you know, get his ball bag out and put it on a silver platter and say, here I am sorry. I am genuinely sorry for what I have done. I am a complete melter and I deserve to be punished, and I will take my punishment, and then I'll come back and I'll be better than ever and I'll work super hard. Those are his options, really. He doesn't have many options other than that, other than leaving the club, other than getting sacked off the reserves. You know, he doesn't have many options. Thank you for subscribing there, DMNKMTA. Appreciate you, bro. If you guys are new, like DM there, then please do smash that like button and smash the subscribe. Miz says, Pigmate, missed my comment. Miz528, thank you for getting in here, broski. What have I missed here? What did you say? I can't see it, mate. Oh, there it is. He says, we need standard Pig. Sancho's the new Lingard. Yeah. Social media guffbags, aren't they? Social media warriors. Social media players. Instagram footballers. That's what these people are these days. And he's just another one. Jesse Lingard was certainly that at Man United. He had a lot of potential, didn't fulfill it. Just more asked about his next post on social media or his next dance or whatever the fuck it is. Or his next bloody branded deal or his next, clothing line or whatever the case may be. That's the sort of guys that we're dealing with these days. Unfortunately, everything has changed over the football club and in football in general over the latest years in regards to social media and things like that. And I think it's all changed for the worse. It's all changed for the worse. So it doesn't look like there's much of a way back, in my opinion, for Jadon Sancho right now either. Certainly don't think. Have we moved on Maguire's mum yet? We haven't moved on Maguire's mum yet. Bear with me. We'll all get a go on Maguire's mum in a little bit, mate, and we'll have our say on that, won't we? But right now, we're not going to discuss that. I'm going to finish with the Jadon Sancho stuff first. Bad choice of words there from me there, actually. Bad choice of words. We're not going to get a go on Maguire's mum. That's not true. That's not true. That's not allowed. But, I understand that situation. I mean, let's just move on to that for a minute then, because I guess it sort of loosely ties in, right? Let's discuss it. So, go on then, I'll move on to that. But before I do, Tad Bakes has got a super chat here. Thank you, Tad Bakes, and United Nate. Thank you guys for getting in here raw and getting your thoughts and opinions in. We'll come back on the Sancho stuff in a bit. It's a boring topic anyway. I've almost had enough of talking about it, to be fair. But he does need to apologise if he wants to get back into the side. He needs to say he's sorry, and he needs to try and repair this relationship with Ten Hag. And it doesn't seem like he's prepared to do that at this particular moment in time, which is very, very disappointing. Very disappointing. Okay, we've got a couple of super chats. Let me just read them very quickly, then I will go on to the Maguire stuff, because it seems to be what some people want to discuss right now. Tad Bake says, these fans now going against Erik Ten Hag because of Sancho were the same fans saying we need a stronger manager to get rid of player power. Hypocrites. I don't really understand anybody going up against Ten Hag right now. I'm just going to put this out there now. If you're the sort of guy or girl that's going up against Ten Hag now and saying that he's in the wrong for calling out a player for not training hard enough and not working hard enough, then you're part of the bloody problem, if you ask me. Everybody's got their opinions, fine. But honestly, Sancho is just a man. It's a team that we're talking about here. It's about working together. And he's clearly not working together with his teammates and working hard enough. Otherwise, he would not be being singled out and getting called out by the coach. Ten Hag's not an evil man. He's not just gone, oh, you know what? Something I don't like about Jadon Sancho, I don't like the name Jadon. I think it's a gash name. I'm going to just rip him in the media because I don't like him. I've taken a disdain to the guy for no particular reason at all. That's not the case. He's not happy with Jadon because of his performances. He tried to help him last season. He tried to give him time away from the squad to go and work on himself, to work on his mental health, to work on his fitness, etc. He's tried to work with Jadon Sancho. He's not an evil man. He's not an evil man. He might look a bit like Dr. Evil, but he's not evil. So that's the problem here, is like, people think that Ten Hag singled Jadon Sancho out for no good reason. I can't believe he's done that. I think he's singled him out for a good reason. Because Sancho is a lazy bastard. Because Sancho hasn't been working very hard in training, and he deserves a kick up the arse with a wooden clog on. That's why. So I back the manager 100%. Hashtag Ten Hag in. Hashtag Sancho out. And if you think that Ten Hag's handled this situation poorly, then, well, shame on you. Because I think Ten Hag's right to call a player out and give a final last chance, final last try to this situation to try and get him to react in a positive way. United Nate, thank you for your super chat. He says, at least if we sell Sancho, I don't have to watch him do 2 step-overs and pass it back to Dallo again. That's spot on, yeah. I know we're not even losing that much, are we, with Jadon Sancho going? If he does go, we've not lost that much. He's just somebody that's taken up a space in the team that somebody else could play in. Somebody like Pellistri, for instance. Like Pellistri, it's Pellistri time now, guys. I'm well looking forward to seeing a bit of Facundo action. You know what I mean? Bit of Facundo. Hopefully Facundo Pellistri gets his chance now. I'm well looking forward to that, because he's actually a player that gives it his all and works hard and looks like he's trying hard and gives it his all and plays well whenever he comes on, really. So look, obviously here's a report that says that Anthony and Sancho both out the team. It's Facundo time. And I'm happy he grabs this massive opportunity with both hands. Yeah, hoping he grabs this massive opportunity with both hands. Can we get a hashtag Facundo time in the live chat? You know, it's Facundo time right now. That's what we're hoping for, is Facundo Pellistri to be given a chance. There's no Jaden, there's no Anthony with what's going on. It's time for Pellistri. It's time for Pellistri to take his opportunity and show what he can do. And I'm very happy about that, actually, about this youngster potentially getting an opportunity. He seems to have a very good attitude and a good mentality. And I hope that he does well over the next few weeks, you know. So, yes, Pellistri time, guys. Get in there, my son. Right, let's move on then, I guess. The Sancho stuff's just boring. We can get back into it in the Q&A in a little bit if you guys want. But I will move on to the Maguire stuff now, as First Class Game was talking about it there. And, you know, there's some stuff about Maguire. Obviously, Maguire's been talking to various different news outlets the last couple of days since the England game, and there's a quote here from Maguire that says that you know, he should be getting a lot of game time now. So he knows that he hasn't really had many opportunities at Manchester United at the start of the season for various reasons. He said the first 4 weeks were hard because it was 1 game a week and the manager didn't select me, but we have lots of games coming up now and I'm sure I will play lots of games. Fucking hell, guys. I mean, this is awful news if Slabby Maguire genuinely feels like he's going to get into the side. I mean, this is it. He's obviously got a bit of an ego on him himself, doesn't he? We know that because previously he said things like, oh, you know, that all the managers select him. He must be doing something right. And he says he knows the standard of player that he is and all the rest of the things that he said in the past. I think he genuinely believes that he's going to get into the team at Manchester United, which is a big concern. I guess because of injury issues and the lack of depth we've got at the back, he actually might. So that's the sad thing, really. We probably will be playing with Slabby Maguire sometimes over the next few weeks. But he expects that he's going to get into the side regularly. And that's very concerning. And there's a good reason why he's not been getting into the side regularly, because he's essentially gash. He's also talked about the situation with West Ham. So we've said, oh, don't give any sort of like sympathy too much to Slabby Maguire, because he made his bed. He needs to lie in it. You know, and he had the opportunity to leave Manchester United and to get regular game time and have a team where he's got less pressure to play for and get regular game time, and then that will hopefully help him on the England stage as well, to be more seasoned, to have that sort of conditioning, that match sharpness, etc., that you need from playing week to week to week. And he's not going to get that at United. That was his choice, was to stay at United on big money when he had an offer on the table from West Ham, so don't feel sorry for him. That's what we were saying. And here's some quotes from Maguire that just says in regards to West Ham. He said, I'm not starting a game in the first 4 games of the season. The story comes to me. I want to play football. West Ham, we just didn't come to an agreement. Man United were happy for me to stay, and I was happy to fight for my place. Really? I don't think Man United were happy for him to stay when we were being linked with Pavard and Todibo and looking for another replacement. You know, we were stuck with him. That's the reality. We were stuck with Harry Maguire. So, okay, maybe we're happy for him to stay in the end because we couldn't really do anything else. We couldn't get anybody else because we needed the money from his sale to go and get anybody else. We signed Johnny Evans, for Pete's sake, to come in and be a backup. We were not happy that Slabby Maguire stayed. We had an offer on the table that we accepted from West Ham. We accepted this offer from West Ham for £30 million. So we were happy for him to go. That's the truth of it. Not happy for him to stay, no. Happy for him to go for £30 million. The problem is that he and West Ham and Man United couldn't come to an agreement in terms of wages. West Ham were not prepared to pay him the extortionate amount of money that we were prepared to pay him, and we were not prepared to pay him a ridiculous golden handshake amount to leave the football club. He wanted a big payoff from Manchester United, which would mean that the amount of money we'd end up receiving from the West Ham deal of £30 million would be a lot more like £15 million, which means that we can't really go and reinvest that money into a top tier player like a Todibo or a Pavard, because they all cost about £30 odd million. So it's like there was no value in the deal in the end for us because Slabby Maguire was asking for too much. He was on too much money and was asking for too much from West Ham. Priced himself out of the move. We didn't price him out of the move. He priced himself out of the move. So he could have quite easily gone there, quite easily worked hard, quite easily got in the team regularly, quite easily given himself a boost in his chances of playing for England regularly and getting into that Euro Championship setup as well. But I guess he thought, well, Southgate's got a picture of me in his wallet, so why the fuck, why would I bother? I could just get in the team regardless. Maybe that's the case. But look, there's all these people coming out. There's a big pity party going on for Slabby Maguire right now. And his mum's got on the case. You know, things are pretty bad when your mum's coming out and having to publicly defend you on social media and that kind of stuff. You know, things have got pretty bad there. Maguire's mum is on the case. She's speaking out about this situation, right? And, look, these are my thoughts on it. Let me just read what she said. So, look, Harry Maguire's mother says that says this about the abusive comments that he's received. And here's the statement from her. Let me just make this a little bit bigger. And I understand it from her point of view, right? I kind of understand it. Of course, it's her son. She says, as a mum, seeing the level of negative and abusive comments in which my son is receiving from some fans, pundits and media is disgraceful and totally unacceptable to any walk of life. Never mind someone who works his socks off for club and country. I was there in the stand as usual. It's not acceptable what's been created over nothing. I understand that in the football world, there are ups and downs, positives and negatives, but what Harry receives has gone far beyond football. For me, seeing him go through what he's going through is not okay. I would hate to have to see any other parents or players go through this in the future, especially the young boys and girls breaking through the ranks today. Harry has a massive heart, should say massive head. Should say massive head, but it says Harry has a massive heart, and it's a good job he's mentally strong. Oh, he's very headstrong and can handle it, as others may not be able to. I wish this sort of abuse on nobody. Well, boo fucking who, Mrs. Maguire? This guy's on 200k a week. He's in the public eye for scrutiny. He had the decision to fuck off from Manchester United and play elsewhere. I get it. It's her son. She's going to defend him. She's not going to be happy that people are saying, "You fucking shite, Harry," and stuff like that from the fucking stands. Of course she's not going to be happy about that. She will be happy about her fucking Bentley that she's driving around in, even though her son's shite at his fucking job. You know what I'm saying? Most people have sons they work in some fucking job that's not the high profile fantastic job like that. You know? You might think I'm being mean here. I genuinely have very little sympathy for Mrs. Maguire feeling bad that her son's getting abused as a fucking footballer. He's the luckiest player I've ever known. Over the last 4 years, he's gone from fucking Hull City relegation to fucking Leicester City, Sheffield United relegation. He is Mr. Relegation. He gets a job, a cushy number at Manchester United where he doesn't even have to play well. Still gets selected. He's fucking shite every single week, more or less. And then he gets selected for the England side, and he's shite for them as well in recent times. Okay, he's been decent in the past for England. And then he's getting a little bit of ribbon, is he? He's getting a little bit of ribbon. He's on 200 grand a week and he's shit at his job. Goodness me, I would love to be Slabby Maguire. I'd love to go on Twitter every morning and see people calling me a big fat-headed fucking disgrace of a man if I've got 200k a week rolling in my fucking bank account every single fucking week. You know what I mean? Like, come on, there's worse things that could be going on in the world. There's worse things that could be happening. There could be, you could be getting this sort of treatment in a workplace and you're getting paid minimum wage. You know what I mean? Working in a factory, getting the piss ripped out of you all fucking day long by your co-workers, and your manager, and being treated poorly, and you're working in a fucking shoe factory. You know what I'm saying? Slabby Maguire is a moddy-coddled professional footballer who doesn't know he's bloody born. Okay? That's honestly how I feel. Yes, okay, there's some negative things that go along with it. His mental health's probably affected a little bit by all the abuse he's receiving. I'm sure that mopping his fucking tears with £50 notes, though, fucking makes him feel a bit better about it. That's all I'm saying. It's like, don't sign up to be a professional footballer then if you don't expect to get abuse. Everybody knows that football is an abusive game when it comes to the fan bases. Goodness me, think of all the chants over the years that have taken place on the terraces about, your missus takes it up the arse, or whatever the case may be. There's so many horrible chants that get made. Everybody knows football's an abusive fucking game. Don't play football then if you don't want to get a bit of abuse for being shite. You know what I'm saying? Sit down, Mrs. Maguire. I'm sorry to say it. I know it might seem a little bit harsh, but bloody hell, he's got his mum on the case defending him now. And she's just as shite as a defender as he is, to be fair, because, it didn't need to be said, in my opinion. Slabby Maguire's mum coming out in staunch defence of her son, and I respect it. Of course I do. That's her son. It's her flesh and blood. She wants to defend him. She's not happy about the abuse he's receiving. But wake up here. There's people with real problems in the world here. There's people with real issues in their jobs. Not just, I've scored an OG for the 700th time, and now people are hating on me. Fucking hell, bro. Goodness me, you should be so lucky to be in that position. You should be so lucky to be getting selected for England even though you're not playing for your domestic team. You should be so lucky to be getting offers from good teams like West Ham where you can go and play regular football but rejecting it and turning it down. Slabby Maguire has made his own bed, he's shat in his own bed, and now he needs to lie in his own shite. That's what I say. You've had the opportunity to leave and better yourself and play regularly and take the pressure off, and you would have had less pressure over there at West Ham. Instead, you've elected to stay at United where you're not going to play regularly, and that's going to carry over into your international career. Facts! You've made your bed in it. Lie in the shite, Slabby Maguire. Okay? That's honestly how I feel on the matter. So it might seem a little bit harsh, but goodness me, you know, everyone's soft these days, and this is no different. So it might seem a bit harsh, guys, but that's how I feel. Maguire's mum is not happy about the abusive comments. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Montreal MUFC. Yep. Yeah, okay, there you go, Rich. Well, look, fair enough. I mean, okay, not harsh, accurate. It's just my genuine opinion. Everybody's going to have different opinions. Like, I've seen a lot of people saying, you know, it's very harsh, the amount of abuse that he's receiving. And, okay, some of it's personal, some of it's not very nice. Most of it's just banter. You know, where do you draw the line? Who's to say? The point is, Slabby Maguire is a footballer in the public eye, and he's in line for criticism. He's there open for criticism, just like everybody else. If he wasn't so shite, he wouldn't have scored that own goal, and he wouldn't be getting the criticism. If somebody else had scored their own goal, they too would have been getting the criticism. It's not like Slabby Maguire is being singled out for any other reason than he's crap. If he wasn't crap, he wouldn't be getting abused. If he was crap, if he is crap, he gets the abuse, and he's crap consistently, so he gets a lot of abuse. That's it. If he performed like a demon every single week, people would be praising him every single week. That's the truth. I think it's his problem, maybe, that he's just playing at a higher standard than he's capable of, and so therefore he can't quite do it, you know. So that's what's going on there. He's just constantly trying to spin all these plates, and he can't spin them, and they're crashing down on the ground every single fucking week. Oh my goodness me. Well, I'm going to get into the chat for a couple of minutes and see what you legends are saying about this Maguire situation real quick, then we'll move on. Go work at Aldi, says Rajat. Precisely, that's it. I mean, I've got very little sympathy for him when he's in such a privileged position. He doesn't even have to perform well at his job. Yeah, Green Forest Bear says, how is that harsh? He's shite. Is she fit, says Keith Led? She ain't bad, mate. She ain't bad. Shall we fetch your mammy to sort it out for you, mummy's boy? Yeah, exactly, that's it. She's coming out in staunch defence. I mean, I understand it, but bloody hell, come on. There's bigger problems in the world. People are facing real issues here. Not just getting a little bit of banter from football fans. It would be stupid for him to take less money at West Ham. Yes, it would be. It would be. Definitely, that's the case. Guess what? Manchester United could have done a deal with him, though, to pay him a certain amount of money, and they just couldn't come to an agreement, basically because Maguire was asking for too much in general from Manchester United, from West Ham, and look, Man United, there was a point where it just becomes silly. So, I mean, maybe it wasn't all Maguire's fault. Like you say, maybe West Ham were only prepared to pay 120 grand a week and then United would have to fork out 80. Reports said he wanted somewhere in the region of 12 to 15 million, which means that West Ham were expecting to pay a significant amount less than us. But the reality is, don't cry when you've just stayed for the money. He did have an option to go and play for a bit less money. Why not? It wouldn't have been a lot less money. It might have been a little bit less money. United were prepared to pay him like a £6 or £7 million golden handshake by all accounts. He could have got a lot of money to go, and he could have played regular football and been in regular form and played better for England because of it. But he decided not to. He decided to stay for the cash. Sorry, I've got no sympathy for you then. If you're staying just for the money, that's all you care about then. I've got no sympathy for you. Sorry. You know, he had the offer on the table. Oh. Yeah, the moderators are absolute legends, absolutely. Bet his mum told him to stay at Man United. Money, money, money. Precisely as she drives around in her Bentley. Rush Mono says, note from mum, Slabby isn't coming out today because he's left his boots in his room. Get in there, my son. Please excuse Slabby from today's training because he's got diarrhea. You know what I'm saying? All that sort of stuff going on. I know, bloody hell. Come on, these are grown men. These are professional footballers. He's a 30-year-old man. Like, he doesn't need to be defended in the social media scene by his mummy. That's all I'm saying, you know. So, bless him, bless little Slabby, you know. Okay, it's not the easiest. Okay, he's getting a little bit of banter. Okay, he's getting a bit of abuse. So what? That's life. That's life. Sorry, that's life. Oh, right, okay. We're going to move on. Thank you, Rushmano, for sending us some updates live during the show, by the way. What's this that's come out here? Thank you so much. Oh, yes, Harry Maguire's mother's statement. Yeah, so I popped that up on the screen a minute ago, and, you know, it is laughable, really. I get it from her point of view, but come on, Mrs. Maguire. Give your head a wobble. Your son's very privileged to play for who he plays for and play for England and gets paid what he gets. He's very privileged indeed, and it's not all roses. You're not all going to have the best of everything in life. You know, don't be a professional footballer in the public eye then. There you go. Yeah, and exactly, first class game. We talked about this yesterday. Gareth Southgate coming out to defend him and saying things like, oh, it's a joke, the amount of abuse he receives. It's a joke that you brought him on against Scotland at half-time when you had other options to bring on, and you know that the situation that Harry Maguire's in and he's not playing regularly, and you bring him on regardless to fail. You've set him up to fail there, Gareth Southgate. That's the fucking joke, lad. You know what I mean? He shouldn't have been coming on in that second half at all. We had other options. He could have done something else. We were 2-0 up, cruising against Scotland. He's made the wrong decision there, and he's trying to sort of double down on it. He's trying to double down on giving Maguire that opportunity. Why? I think it's just Gareth Southgate hating on Manchester United, to be fair, saying, oh, you know what? I don't care if he's not playing at United, if he's not getting the domestic minutes, I'm going to play him for England because he's my best mate, because he's my friend. You know what I mean? That's pathetic from the manager there, Southgate. Southgate should be selecting players based on current form, based on the Premier League season this year so far, not the past. Shouldn't be selecting people on reputation or the past. Should be selecting people on current form. And the current form of Slabby Maguire is absolutely embarrassing. And so what does he expect when he gets any other response? Pathetic, absolutely pathetic. Okay, let me move on, guys. Let me move on. We can get back into the live chat in a bit. We're going to have a Q&A, of course. Save it for then. By the way, 436 legends watching this channel tonight. Get in there, 436 legends. Welcome aboard to everybody in the live chat. We'll just say this one more time here real quick. Do us a favour and smash that like button on it. It helps the channel out. It's free and it takes a second. So drop a little like on it. And also do feel free to hit the subscribe button because we're on here nightly and every day giving you the latest updates in regards to Manchester United in a no bullshit way. We have a great community, as you can see here. So make sure you do hit the subscribe button on the channel if it's your first time here. And please do get involved in the Q&A in a little bit as well. And the link to the Twitter link is pinned to the top of the live chat. You can go over there, give us a repost. We'll shout you out in a little bit, everyone that helps spread the word of the channel. Thank you, guys. Okay, let's just move on very quickly with Amrabat. There's a bit of news come out about Amrabat that there's a hope that he'll be fit and maybe involved in some regard against Brighton. Yes or no, guys? Do you think Amrabat will feature against Brighton? That could mean coming off the bench for 20 minutes. Yes or no? What do you think? Yes or no? Will he be fit for the Brighton game? I really hope so, but I'm going to just err on the side of caution here. I'm going to say no. We know that he's been given off some time off from Morocco because of injury. I can't imagine he'll be chucked straight in there by Ten Hag. I mean, maybe, but I've just got a feeling that he probably won't be. Berber says, please, can't do with McTominay. Exactly. It will come on the second half. Maybe Cadet. Yeah, that's kind of the most likely thing. I very much doubt he will be starting the game at all. He'll most likely come on if he is going to feature at all in the second half. That's true. But I just can't see it really happening. But you never know. Let's hope that he is fit and available. We know that United have had a lot of injury problems before the international break. Let's hope that after the international break, there's players that are now healing up nicely and they won't be away from the side for too long. But yeah, he's certainly one of them that there's some big question marks about. Just moving on to another issue that we've got at the football club, the Greenwood situation, just very, very quickly. Yeah, come on to see the game out. Yeah, exactly. One Tom Doodle, precisely my son. Probably. I mean, hope so. Let's hope so. I don't know. I don't really think that he will feature that much, but he might get a little bit of game time. Might get a few minutes. Let's just move on to this very quickly, and then we'll do a rundown of what we discussed in this video and get into the live chat, etc. as well. But you know what? Getafe have sold more shirts with Greenwood's name on the back in a week than they have for any player in the club's history. Fucking hell. Congratulations, Get Off Me FC, for being a bunch of scumbags. You know what I mean? That's what I have to say about Getafe. Fair play to you. You know, you've got this player who's obviously clearly the best player who's ever going to play for you, really, because nobody wants to play for Getafe. Only people who've got serious fucking issues with their careers and their personal life are going to be wanting to play him for Getafe, to be fair, right? But it is quite funny how the Getafe fans have just taken to Greenwood. They're so happy to have a player who's not completely shite playing for their football club that they're prepared to just disregard any issues that this player may have off the pitch, you know? So it's pretty outrageous. Apparently they've sold more shirts with Greenwood's name on the back than any player in their club's history. I mean, that's outrageous, isn't it, guys? That is outrageous. Do you know what I could see happening here? I really can see it because of the Glazer shithouses and this football club not being prepared to, like, just disperse an asset like that, right? I can see that this football club, Manchester United I'm talking about now, in 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, once Greenwood's been at Getafe and he's been banging in the goals and he's been scoring, he's been playing well, and the Getafe fans are loving him and they're celebrating him and they're worshipping him on social media and bowing down to him because he's actually playing really well for their team. I can see Manchester United backtracking on what they've said and trying to bring him back at the end of the season. Smash a one if you agree. I can genuinely see that happening. There's already some sort of a, I don't know, like a PR effort, in my opinion, to try and fix this situation with Greenwood. Like, rather than just disperse him, rather than just terminate his contract, what they did was loan him out, give him a chance to better himself, give him a chance to prove himself, give him a chance for time to basically move on, and so that people forget so much about this situation and that they don't care as much maybe in a year's time. Let Getafe deal with the initial backlash, and then we could just bring him back with open arms and say, you know what, it's all in the past, forget it, time's a great healer. You know what I mean? I could see that happening. Lots of ones coming in the live chat as well. And I think that's genuinely wrong from Manchester United. Precisely, Rushy says United will run positive PR on Greenwood and he will be back. All about saving cash. I think that that's what's going on as well. And even if they can't do that, because obviously in a year's time there will be another round of backlash from the United fans, people like Rachel Riley piping up, etc. If they bring Greenwood back, then they will be in a position where they're trying to sell him for more money. They can get more money for him in a year's time once the dust has settled. So I think that's what's happened with Manchester United, and it's kind of despicable. We can see it a mile off, really. This is the Glazer shithouses and co for you. This is what they do. So it's no surprise. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Shadow Stoic. He says, get liking the video. Thank you, Shadow Stoic. Nice one. He came out the academy, mate. He's been at United since he was 7 years old. But that does not, it really doesn't really help the situation just because he's an academy product. Duke of Rodtown says, 2 money talks, BS walks, get him in the courtroom already. Oh, Greenwood potentially £100 million asset. Glazers won't give that away. That's right. Imagine if he just bags 20 plus goals this season for Getafe in La Liga at 21 years of age. There is going to be a lot of people interested in buying him for cold hard cash next summer. So at the very least, Man United trying to repair the asset, trying to repair the situation where they can get more money for him. But also, I think they might even just welcome him back. Player laundering, says Freedom. Interesting. Hey, what's going on, Kane's Gaming Channel? Yeah, to hell with Sancho. Get rid. I am with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. Right, just got one or two things that I'm going to discuss very quickly then, and then we'll get into the live chat for a Q&A. Chloe Jenkins, thanks for your £5 super chat, though, says proof is in the pudding. United have never said he won't be back. Fair one, yeah. They just said it's best for everyone involved, Greenwood included, that he continues his development, continues his professional career away from Man United. I believe that was the wording of their statement, something along those lines, which basically does insinuate that, yeah, they've never said that he's going to be terminated or that he's definitely going to leave Manchester United. They said that he will continue his football away from Manchester United. So that's a fair point, Chloe. Get in there. Let's get some super chat emojis in there for Chloe. Thank you, Chloe. I appreciate you. Yeah, he'll definitely be back, says King Kenny. I think you're right. Right, I'm just going to run down everything we've discussed in this show tonight, guys. We've been on here for over an hour already, so I'm almost sick of my own voice here. But then we'll get into the Q&A and, see what you guys are saying. STJC Correa says the victim has forgiven Greenwood. I'm buying a shirt. Oh, fair play to STJC there, Correa. I respect it, mate. Oh, no, wait, I don't respect it, actually. But then again, looking at your wardrobe, I can see you've got a jersey in there with OJ Simpson on the back, mate. You know what I'm saying? So, that's more of a sort of reflection of you, really, Mr. SDJC Correa, man. You have got an OJ Simpson jersey in that wardrobe too, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got issues, my son. The victim's forgiven him. Okay, fair enough. But, as we talked about that previously, just because a victim forgives somebody doesn't mean that there wasn't a wrongdoing in the first place. I haven't forgiven him, mate. You know what I'm saying? I haven't forgiven him. So, fair enough, SDJC Correa, man. But it's a fair point, I suppose, but I don't buy it. I don't think that's a pardon. I don't think that pardons you. You know what I mean? That doesn't pardon you. Anyway, Adam Johnson shirt. Oh no, Timmy, you didn't have to go there. Bloody hell. Gordon, thank you for gifting out a membership on the channel. Come on, guys, let's get in there, my son. Thank you, Gordon, for gifting out a membership on the channel. What a legend. He's gifted out a membership. It's gone to Smithy. Get in there. He's gone to Smithy. Come on, everybody, please. Can we please get some love in there for Gordon, who's gifted out a membership on the channel? It's gone to Smithy. Welcome aboard, Smithy. Thank you once again to Gordon there, who became a sausage soldier earlier on, and he's now given another legend of the chat a membership. Thank you so much, Gordon. That's awesome of you, bro. Gordon Bennett says first class gamer. Yes, thank you, Gordon. Thank you so much, Gordon. That's very kind of you. I appreciate you, dude. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to just do a rundown of what we discussed, then we'll get into the chat. So to begin with, guys, obviously Manchester United releasing a statement just saying that Jadon Sancho is at this moment in time, training away from the first team due to a disciplinary issue. He's obviously not prepared to apologise. He's not prepared to work hard. He's not prepared to hold his hands up and say that he was wrong. Apparently, he was asked by people like Murtaugh at the club to apologise, to maybe publicly apologise, but certainly shouldn't be being asked to apologise. He should just be taking it upon himself to apologise, in my opinion. But apparently, he was asked to apologise, and he didn't want to apologise to Ten Hag. He refused. That's the sort of guy we're dealing with here. Absolute scumbag, really, if he's not prepared to apologise and move on and fight for his place at the side. It's also known that Sancho feels like Ten Hag is inconsistent in the way that he has sort of applied certain rules in relation to him compared to teammates. So he feels like he's being wrongly treated, and he feels like he's being scapegoated at the football club. So it's one of the reasons why he feels like he's a scapegoat, because players like Antony or whoever the case may be are not necessarily performing any better than him on the pitch. But perhaps it's not strictly down to that. Maybe it's down to an effort thing in training, which seems to be the case, because that's what Ten Hag called Jadon Sancho out initially in public anyway. He also feels like there's double standards going on at Manchester United by all these reports that are coming out anyway. This is via James Ducker from The Telegraph, who says that Jadon Sancho feels he's been a victim of double standards at Manchester United, so he's not really happy with his treatment, and so he's, his ego's bruised. His ego's bruised. Unfortunately, that's the case with Jadon, and Ten Hag just wanted an apology, it seems. Ten Hag wanted Jadon to admit that he was wrong, to accept Ten Hag's authority, and to apologise. Maybe not even publicly, maybe just knocking on his door, tail between the legs, and apologising, saying you're sorry for the wrong thing that I did, calling you out on social media when you are the Mac Daddy G boss around these parts and I'm just a mere player. You know what I mean? That's what he should have done, but Ten Hag wanted that, and apparently Sancho refused and wasn't prepared to do that. So fuck Sancho, to be fair, guys. Sell the melter. Let's move him on. It's pathetic from Jadon Sancho, to not be prepared to fight hard and not be prepared to take a little bit of criticism. Move him on in January if we can. Get him gone. See you later on, son. That's what we need to be doing now. So he's training alone because of his insubordination, basically. And that's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. United probably won't be able to sell him in January either. Like, who's going to want this guy when he's got all these problems, when he's got all these issues, this ego, and he's on such huge money, etc.? Nobody's probably going to buy him. So it's very unlikely that there's a way back for Jadon Sancho at Manchester United. There may well be, but it's possible, that somebody might want to take him. It's possible we might be able to do some sort of loan deal where we don't have to just waste 350k a week every single week, but maybe somebody will take him for 175k a week. We're still wasting a lot of money, but it's better than wasting 350k a week if he's going abroad somewhere, say. So that's the latest on Sancho. It does mean that Pellistri is quite likely to get some game time, though, which is a positive. And I think he, based on form and based on how he looks in training, and, well, not in training, but in the games when he's come on in pre-season, well, he probably should be getting game time anyway, more so than Antony and more so than Jadon. So I'm quite happy about that, the fact that this situation's presented himself where Pellistri probably will be getting some opportunities now. So that's good. With Antony and Sancho both out the team, it's Facundo time. Facundo time, everyone. Thank you, Sub2. Guys, we're nearly at 250 likes. That's awesome. Thank you, Sub2, for getting in there with the likes tally. Good stuff. Keep dropping the thumbs ups, everyone. Thank you. Right then, so also let's move on to Maguire then very quickly. So Maguire getting lots of games he thinks coming up. That's what he says. So some quotes from Harry Maguire have surfaced. He's done an interview with The Express. And apparently, he says the first 4 weeks were hard because it was one game a week and the manager didn't select me. But we have lots of games coming up now, and I am sure I will play lots of games. Fuck my life! Slabby Maguire thinks he's going to play regularly and thinks he's going to get into the team. What a shambles! And he's also said that there just wasn't an agreement being able to be reached for the West Ham move. He just basically said, West Ham? We just were not able to come to an agreement. Man United were happy for me to stay and I was happy to fight my place. They were so happy for you to stay that they accepted a £30 million offer from West Ham. So that's a joke and a shambles, isn't it? And then finally, in regards to Maguire, his mum's been coming out, defending him in the social media, which is an absolute shambles in itself, as we've gone into. I'm not going to go into it again, but I feel like he's such a privileged player. He doesn't perform to a good standard, and yet he gets paid so much, plays for England regardless of not playing for his domestic side. He's the luckiest player going, I think, one of them. And he's in line for criticism, and he largely deserves it because he's made his own bed, and he has to lie in it now. The fact that he was unable to do the right thing for his career, do the right thing for Man United, do the right thing for his family by pissing off to West Ham. That's what he decided to do. He decided to stay and take the cash at United. So he's in line for criticism, if you ask me. He's in line for criticism. Also, as I said, Getafe sold a record number of shirts with Greenwood on the back, more so than any other player in their history, apparently, which is a shambles. There's a hope that Amrabat will be back to feature in the game against Brighton in some capacity. And just for a bit of light-hearted news as well, Tony Martial apparently turned up to training at 8:56 and left at 9 a.m. because he arrived at the wrong time. He arrived at 8:56 and left at 9 after he was informed training was later in the day. Get in there, my son. That's the latest Manchester United news, folks. I'm going to get into the live chat now for the Q&A part of the show. You're a bunch of legends. Big up the community here. What a great community of legends. Seriously, every single one of you legends in the live chat for getting in. Every single one of you. Thank you so much for getting in. Now it's time to have a chat. Thank you for being here. Drop a thumbs up, drop a subscribe, get your thoughts and opinions in. Oh, before I do, I'm just going to pop over to Twitter and shout out all the reposters. That's linked to the top of the show. Thank you, all of you, for getting in here raw. So we have 20 reposts. Thank you so much to you all. Baronia Day, get in there as well. Guy Am Legend, thank you guys so much for retweeting the show. We've also got Mr. Sims, Tommy Boyle, United Mark, Uncaged Squid, Transfers_UTD, Luan France, VIP Spliffy 420, Sin Games, J United and Gaming. Get in there, my son. Also, John Boy Cat, The Goat, Richard Wisterpeck, G-Dad Gamer, Kieran Watts, Vincent Bullock, Boomy, Stephen Braun, and Aaron Homeyard. Come on. Thank you, everyone, for retweeting the show. That does help us out. I do appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. Legends. Gaz Newton, you hero. Thanks for getting your highlighted comment and being a member for 37 months, bro. Come on. He says, Facundo time, all the best pig in the bacon brigade. It's Facundo time. Sounds like a shit song, doesn't it? It's Facundo time. Remember that Chico time shit back in the day? God, that was awful. That was awful. But it does sound like that. Facundo time, lad. Come on. Come on, I'm looking forward to it. Want to see some great game time for him over the next few weeks, see what he can do. Because I feel like we've barely touched the surface with Facundo Pellistri. We haven't seen enough from him. I think he's going to be a real baller for this football club. And we just need to give him game time to develop and he'll probably do the rest. Michelle Ellis getting in those 37s for you there, Gaz Newton. Nice one. Well, Ryan says, why is Greenwood shirt sales a calamity? The guy's moving on with his career. What do people want? He's gone now. Leave it alone. The reason I think it's a calamity, I'm thinking it's a calamity from the Getafe fans to show their support for somebody who's got that sort of audio out there who's clearly a fucking wrong'un. That's why I think it's a calamity. Because it says a lot about Getafe FC fans, bro. You know what I mean? That's the reason I was talking about it. Zamiasi, get in, says Maguire's mum needs to watch Terminator to cool down. Zane, thank you for getting in here, bro. And yeah, maybe come with me if you want to live. I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. Come on, Slabby Maguire. We got to go. Ow! Maybe, I don't know, Zamiasi. Maybe that's not the right movie. The Terminator to cool down, I don't think that's the right movie, bud. Perhaps Titanic would be a good one, you know, to talk about another James Cameron movie that you're obsessed with. Titanic would be a good one because, you know, she can see a lot of the captain of the Titanic in Slabby Maguire. Somebody that's in a very privileged position who ultimately shits the bed and commits an absolute disaster. There you go. Thank you very much there, Zane. Predator, that's a good one as well, Scott Problems, yeah. Come on, we got to get to the chopper. Ow, come on, do it now. I'm right here waiting for you, Slabby Maguire. Ow, come on, kill me. Do it now, come on, do it, kill me. Come on, I'm waiting right here, come on, do it now. Ow. Exactly. That would be good as well. So you want to freeze Maguire's mum and shoot her? You what? Are you talking about Demolition Man? Oh, Terminator 2, yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah. Terminator, he said Terminator. Terminator 2, yeah, that's right. It gets done with the old liquid nitrogen. Hasta la vista, baby. I forgot about that. Great scene. Great scene. Right, Arnie will steal her some clothes. James Cameron is my favourite movie maker and Predator's my favourite movie. Oh, Predator's an absolute banger of a film. T2 goes back to kill John Connor, says First Class Gamer. Sancho is there because he said he will work hard for the badge, yet he can't even apologise. So he could play. Exactly. He's shown his true colours, I think, here with that. Kill me now, come on. Fecundicity is fertility. See, I'm not that thick. You what? Slabby's the iceberg causing us to sink. Good one. That's a good one. Keep sniffing your film prop pants, Zane, says Frashpano. Bloody hell. Oh, it'll be Bruno right wing. If that happens, I will be slightly disappointed in Ten Hag. I want to see him give Facundo the nod. Smash a 1 in the chat if you want to see Facundo give him the nod at right wing. Smash a 2 in there if you think somebody else like Bruno or Mount should be slotted in there. DJ Superfly Guy says, need to give it a rest now. Greenwood will be back end of. Yeah, you're probably right, DJ Superfly Guy, but we don't have to be happy about it, lad. Yeah, exactly. Ups and downs really, says Dominic. I think they have, Ryan. I think they have. I think the rumours of El Ghazi have died down significantly, bro. With inflation, the Titanic would have cost 200 million, so basically Slabby is half a Titanic. Oh my god! That's actually outrageous, isn't it, when you think about that? Crikey. And a lot less buoyant. Luan says, personally, I'm happy to see Greenwood having acceptance, forgivenesses, or rather it should be free. Fair enough, Luan. Yeah, okay then. Well, okay, forgiveness, but there's a limit to forgiveness, isn't there? Like if somebody, I don't know, murdered my entire family, I wouldn't be too quick to forgive them. Just saying that. There is levels to this game. Okay, maybe seeing as he was never found innocent, seeing as his missus is back with, or, you know, with him and forgave him, maybe there is a route back for Mason Greenwood and should be forgiven. But there's levels to forgiveness. You shouldn't just forgive, you know, Adolf Hitler, for instance. He should not be forgiven for gassing loads of Jewish people. You know, he should be considered a very nasty man. You know what I mean? He shouldn't be forgiven. You know? Zamiasi, thank you for getting in here, bro. With a super chat, lad. He says, is Arnie in Expendables 4, says Zamiasi? Don't know, don't care. I mean, the Expendables movies, they're all right. First couple are all right. I hope they don't make any more of them, to be fair. I mean, they're all about 100 years old. The meaning expendable is no more true than when these guys are making movies when they're on Zimmer frames. You know what I mean? When you're 80 years old, I guess you are expendable on the battlefield. You know what I mean? It's not like you're a 19-year-old soldier. No. When you get to be 85 years old and you're walking around with a fucking colostomy bag and a Zimmer frame, then I guess you really truly are expendable. You know what I mean? That's crazy, isn't it? They're getting on a little bit, all of those guys. They need to calm down a little bit. Calm down. Yeah. What happens if they were only young when they murdered your family, says Jay Fader? The same thing, mate. I'm not going to forgive them, mate. I don't care if they're 12 years old. If they murdered my entire family, they could fuck right off, bud. You know what I'm saying? I would never forgive somebody for doing that. What? That's mental, lad. If they were young but they murdered your entire family, are you joking? I hope you are. You must be. Is Ahmed still injured, pig? He is at this moment in time, but hopefully will be back very, very soon. When you have a colostomy bag, we consider them transfer targets. Come on, unless you're Mick Jagger, 80 years old and still crushing it, lad. Come on. Anyway, any more movie references, Zane, to Spike Blighty? The Ziminator. Oh, that's a good one, Timmy. Come with me if you want to struggle to get to the toilet in time. Yeah, exactly. A lot of toxic people in the channel now. Philip Chapman, you're one of them, my son. Most people in this channel are fucking legends. Philip Chapman, you've been a known melter for a while, lad. Just putting it out there. If anybody comments negative, gashtastic stuff, it's you, sir. You know, it might be harsh, but it's true. Everybody in this channel, 99% of this channel are fucking legends. There's always going to be wrong-uns. You know, there's always going to be a couple of wrong-uns. Yourself included, Philip Chapman, lad. There's always going to be one or two melts in the chat. You know what I'm saying? You can't do anything about that. That's like society. But what I will say is this community is up there with the very best when it comes to positivity, being nice, when it comes to, like, having each other's back, when it comes to a community vibe. And if you think otherwise, then get the fuck out. You know what I mean? If you don't want to be part of this community, you think there's too many toxic people in here, walk the fuck on. Nobody's making you be here. But I tell you something now. I smash a 1 in the chat, guys, if you think that this community is probably less toxic than more or less any fucking community on YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube channels, I watch a lot of YouTube communities, and I tell you something now, there is so many toxic communities on YouTube of people being racist, being sexist, being horrible, being hateful, being whatever. We don't have that type of community around here. I'm very proud of that. Very proud of the fact that this community is, by and large, you can't get 100% of the community that way. It's impossible. But by and large, this community is amazing. I'll tell you why it's amazing. Because we have got rid of toxic scumbags and dirtbag people over the years in spades. We've sacked them off left, right and centre, lad, and we've ended up with a core of fucking legends, mate. That's what we've done, and I'm very proud of that. So don't you be bad-mouthing this community, mate, when you're part of the problem, lad. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Chloe Jenkins, thanks for being a member for 1 year. Come on. Guys, can we get a #1 in the live chat and a birthday cake there, please? 1 year. It's our anniversary. Thank you, Chloe. Says happy birthday to me. You're a legend, Chloe. Thanks for supporting this channel for a whole year. Lots of ones coming in the live chat saying this community is so not toxic. It's so not toxic, is it? Goodness me. There's some serious toxic communities out there, and this ain't one of them. There might be a couple of toxic melters here and there, but you can't really do much about that because that's just life. Society has an issue, not this channel. Anyway. Yeah, King Boomy says the most I've seen, precisely, Rushmano. Exactly. There's always going to be one or two Jebens. You can't get away from it. You know, I've got one or two moderators who are questionable. You know, that's just that's just life. Gordon, thank you so much, Gordon, for gifting us out a membership on the channel. I commend you, my son. Another gifted member from Gordon. Dude, the guy's going raw tonight there in the chat. Get some big love in there for him. He's gifted out a good few members here. He's become a sausage soldier tonight. You're a legend, Gordon. I will be adding you to the outro very, very soon, lad. For the outro, we've got a new outro. Just giving love to some of the people in the community. I mean, basically, there's a couple of people who won't be happy with the scenario where we don't show all of the members anymore. But you have to understand that right now this channel's got like 400 odd members or something, and it takes so fucking long. It's actually a logistical nightmare just to try and get everybody's names on the outro. It really is. It would be like 6 or 7 minutes long. It's actually got to that stage. Don't want to sound like a Billy Big Bollocks or anything, but it's got to that stage where it's a nightmare to keep on top of, right? So what we've done is to say thank you to everyone who's a tier 3 member or above. You all get on the outro, and everyone who's a Patreon on patreon.com, you can put an exclamation mark Patreon in the chat if you want to check that out. Everyone who's a Patreon will get on the outro as well. If you want to cancel your tier 2 membership and become a patron, you will be on the outro because it's much easier to manage. There's only 6 patrons at the moment currently. That's why we're doing it that way. It's to say thank you to the patrons, thank you to the tier 3 and above members. It's not to say fuck you to anybody below. Really appreciate and value every single member of this channel, trust me. But it's just a logistical nightmare and a time nightmare. It'll take too long. If you want to have 400 or 500 members pop up on the screen, it's going to be going like this. You're not going to see yourself anyway. If you want it to be any less than a 7-minute outro, you know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on there. It has to be that way, sadly. Either that or there'll be no outro. You know what I'm saying? Like, most channels don't have outros where they thank the members at all. So there you go. But I do, and I always have done, and I want to keep it, but it's just a logistical nightmare to have so many people on the outro. That's the truth of it. Anyway, thank you, Sub2 says, Pig, don't apologise. You fill stadiums, mate. Well, we have got more subscribers now than, you know, than Old Trafford. Tommy Paul says, has tough love become illegal in modern day parenting? The softly woke way of doing things solves nothing in the building of character. Yeah, let's bring back a national service lad. Exactly. Phil Pig has 74k subs to say we're all toxic is also an overreaction. Definitely, exactly. It's just silly, isn't it? It's definitely an overreaction from Mr. Chapman there. But, you know, he is partial to a guff comment now and then. Let's be honest, he is rather partial to a guff comment, bro. You know? Exactly, worse. Lip Renin says, totally agree, there's not much toxic talk here, no. Thank you for that, Gordon, by the way. It ended up going to Sub2, the Mancunan way. Thank you so much there, by the way, Sub2, for getting back in here, my son. You have been chosen. You are the chosen one by Gordon. Gordon, you legend, thanks so much for gifting out a membership once again. That's very kind. Right, let's read as many comments out as we can. We're gonna get in for a good 5-10 minutes left. We've been on here nearly 90 minutes. I like to sort of wrap it up after about 90 minutes because that's the length of a football game, and it's just a bit long, isn't it? But we're going to try and read as many comments out now as we can. That outro tune is a banger. It's a classic, isn't it? It's like the channel theme. National service? Yeah, man, we should have national service. I'm actually all for it. You agree? Best outro song. Thank you, Jay. Too many scapegoats around. That's it. It's just a couple of Jade and Sanchos in this live chat, ain't there? Get in there. Rushy says, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Rushmano. Exactly. You love the outro, says the Cake Cadet. Get in there, my son. Exactly, that's it. I mean, you know, I can't get everybody on there, sadly, but that's the truth of it. The club makes it hard not to be toxic, says Rachel. Well, I mean, that's fair. There's some sort of, you know, issues at this football club right now, which does, I guess, bring out a couple of toxic people, because obviously there's a lot of very, what's the word, sensitive topics that are being discussed in recent times. That's the problem. Great film, says Duncan. 400 members, something like that, First Class Gamer. Yeah, we're getting there, lad. I have not seen Oppenheimer, Keanu, Steve, but I hear good things about it, lad. I do hear good things about it. Can Roy Keane fight? Well, he certainly could back in the day. He's a bit older now. He's chilled out a little bit. But back in the day, he was like a boxer, wasn't he? He did some good boxing training back in his younger days. And he was just a bit of an animal. I'm pretty sure he could scrap, yeah. Kate Cadet, I'm not saying any names, mate. I'm not saying any names, bro. Not at all. I would never do that. Hey, have a good one, Duke of Rodtown. Stay classy, lad. Yeah, the outro visuals remind me of a comic book of Superman. Lovely stuff. Yeah, there you go. Just joined the stream 442 on Saturday. Doubtful, Ryan, but good to see you, mate. I doubt we'll be playing 442. Probably still like the same sort of 433 or 4231 type guff. Me neither, Rachel. That's going to be awesome when we ever get there. Hopefully we do. Pig having a premonition about the Brighton game. It ain't going to go well, says Kesha Chandang Sin. Oh, okay. Let's ask the chat on that one. Everyone, get your predictions in the live chat, guys, for the Brighton game. I'm going to say a 2-2 draw. I don't think we'll win that game. Sadly, I feel like we will struggle. Brighton are a serious team right now. I think we'll turn up because we know what an important game it is. I just don't think we're a good enough team at this moment at the start of the season. Brighton look really good. I'm going 2-2. Get your thoughts in. Wonton Duda says, none of our players are pulling up trees but constantly making headlines. This is how we get sponsorship deals. Who's going to be our next sponsorship, though? You know, who's going to sponsor us next? Crime Stoppers? You know what I'm saying? Who's going to be the next sponsor of Manchester United? Bloody hell. I mean, you can't imagine there's too many people lining up. Saying that, Snapdragon have just done a big deal, Qualcomm or whatever, with the football club. But, yeah, I mean, who's going to be our next sponsor? It's crazy, isn't it? 4-1 Brighton, says Berber. 3-1, says Rajat. 1-1, says Freedom Journey. 2-2 draw, says King Booney. Alex Samara's going 1-1. Ryan's going 1-1 as well. Scrappy win, says Wonton Doodle. Get in there, my son. 4-2, says Marky Coughlin. We'll smash him. 2-2, says Timmy. HMP, Majesty's Prison Service, is going to sponsor the channel. 2-1, says Alan. Yeah, fair play. 2-1, says Chloe. 4-1, 2-1. Interesting. Well, you know, still quite a lot of people feel like we're going to win the game. Travis says 3-2. Jorex says Matthew Smith. Better Call Saul as an ad sponsor. Yes, that's it. Legal. Do you need legal representation? United will beat Brighton 2-0. Go on, Worsted. We didn't love that. The Mustard says, best comment of the week was yesterday. I'll never complain about Lindelof again, from Rachel. Yes, get in there. Well, that's it. You know, with Maguire and co at the club, Lindelof seems decent. Brighton are a decent unit. I'm going 2-1, says Bright Spike Blighty. I honestly think we're going to struggle to win that. 4-0 says Shower God. 3-1 says Tommy and Paul. 3-1 loss, actually. And Tommy says 3-1 to them. Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? Luan France says, hopefully we could squeeze out a 1-0, says Luan France. I thought you were going to say something else then. 3-1 says Johnny M. Samaritans will sponsor you, says Timmy. 3-1 says Bruce. Can Bruno do a Keno or Sancho like Roy did with Ronaldo? I don't know. Probably not. Ivo says lose 1-4, and the fraud will pick the same players to get smashed by Bayern. Interesting. You calling Ten Hag a fraud already, are you? Bloody hell, Ivo Bozic. Like I said about you the other day, son. Is Bozic like Czechoslovakian for bozo or some shit? What's that all about, bro? Why are you hating on Ten Hag already, saying he's a fraud? Bloody hell, he got us third and a trophy last season and a final of the FA Cup. That was his first season up against the Glazers shithouses and an awful regime. This year, he's only just started. Yeah, it's not been a great start, but to call him a fraud, that's just crazy, man. Give him a chance. Let him have a try first. DJ Superfly Guy, get in there, my son, says 3-1. Steven says 2-1 to United. Brighton are a team. We are individuals. That's spot on. Yeah, that is spot on. 2-1 to Brighton, says First Class. 3-1 United, says Gordon. Curl out a draw. Our goal scoring ability is a problem. Well, let's hope Rasmus Højlund is an absolute wonder kid for us and bags in the goals. That's what we need to have a successful season this season. Without him exceeding expectations, we will not have a successful season, I don't think. 2-0 Brighton, says Kane. Ten Hag let himself down, thinks he's allowing the situation to rapidly collapse. Don't know, I don't think he can do much about that whole Sancho thing. He's tried to give him a kick up the arse. It's not worked well. Bench him and move on. He's still got a team and a squad capable of doing well. We should be sponsored by Beat, says Jay Fader. Oh my god. Is Fatty fit? Do we know we'll play? That's a fair point. Not too sure, actually, Tommy Ballad. But even if he's not, you know, it's still a big concern. Maguire will get a hat-trick, says Mark. 4-2 Brighton, says Jay. Pseudocreme as our shirt sponsor. 4-2 says VIP Spliffy. Could be 3-0 Brighton. 3-2 says Danny. 1-0 United, says Connor. Nice one. We're in trouble. I feel a spanking coming our way. Piggy, which Man United player would Ten Hag scapegoat next to you think, says the Cape Cadet? I don't think there is going to be a scapegoat, lad, because I don't really think there is any scapegoats, bro. I think he just says it how it is, and if somebody's not pulling their weight in training or working hard for the team, he says it. So whoever doesn't do that, I guess, but I don't think he's going to scapegoat anyone for the sake of it. The Glazers are the problem map been for years. How is it Ten Hag's fault? I'm completely in agreement with you, Don Berber, lad. Give Ten Hag a chance as Batman Knight fan. You've got a feeling we might blow them away if we get 4-4-2, Hoyland and Rashford up top. I mean, that would be cool, Ryan. I know you said, do you think we'll play 4-4-2? Maybe on paper, 4-4-2 would actually be pretty cool for us right now. When you think about the players we've got, it might work. Slabby starts. I'm going for a bar, says Rachel. Ten Hag needs a new fitness coach. It will be Kane. Hat-trick as well. Sadly, I think he will score against us when we play Bayern on the 20th. Unfortunately, Matoma got a +5 on EAFC, so good luck dealing with his confidence. Glazers out. Get in there, Rushmano. Yes. Lion King. I can give you my phone number actually there, Lion King. It's 69 69 69 69 69. When you get through, please press 1. Jay Fader says he's still to get rid of us. The Deadwood. Let Eric Ten Hag do his job. Precisely. We've still got gas merchants like McTominay and Maguire around the place. Martial. It's not a complete Eric Ten Hag setup yet. Kane doesn't play Brighton. He plays for Bayern. No, we're playing them on the 20th. He's been here like a year, says Berber. Rasmus good at everything except scoring. That's harsh, bro. That's pretty harsh, I think. I do think that's a little bit on the harsh side of things because, well, he scored 9 and got 11 assists last season in like 20 games. We don't know truly if he is, you know. We don't know truly if he's going to be a goal-scoring phenom yet. He's only 20. But I would say that all signs are looking good at the moment. Chloe Jenkins, thank you for the £2 super chat there. Says Rasmus won the sprint test today. What a lightning individual he is, isn't he? Super quick player. Rasmus won the sprint test today. Interesting, Chloe. Thank you for letting us know that. Yeah, well, he's an absolute lightning individual. So if he's faster than the likes of Rashford and stuff like that, crikey, I mean, I feel bad for opposition defences having to deal with that. To be fair, when he came on the other day for us, he looked like lightning in a bottle. So let's hope that we can see him ripping opposition defences apart for a long time to come. He's only 20, he's only getting better at the moment. Let's hope he can do the business for us now, obviously, but it is a long-term picture we have to look up with Slabby. Rasmus is the only glimmer of hope. Maybe Garnacho too while he's here. Yeah, Pellistri. Good. Look to the future with the youngsters. Yeah, definitely. It's a fair point. We've got other great players. Bruno Fernandes is undeniably an absolute baller. Look at his statistics over the last few seasons. His creativity is unquestionable. Gordon says, start Ericsson and sub Amrabat if fit for more defensive presence. Keep Bruno central and for fuck's sake, leave Slabby and Scapecho out and nowhere near the bench. Well said. I'm with you there, really, Gordon. Yeah, I'm with you, bud. If Amrabat's not quite ready yet, I wouldn't want to force him back too soon. Thoughts on anime? Yeah, you know, it's cool. It's not really something that I'm massively into, but, you know, each to their own. I like a cartoon like the next guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind it. But when it comes to sort of like things like, like Japanese anime or stuff like that, not overly into it. I did like a bit of Pokemon back in the day, but I don't really watch a lot of that stuff, to be fair. Any Amrabat news? Just that he may well be fit enough to feature in some capacity for the game against Brighton, but not massively likely that he will get on the pitch, really, but he might do. Scapecho, that's a good name. Amrabat, ball passing and Rasmus will be our key. That's it. So 2 key players coming in. Rasmus to score some goals and hold up the play for us well and be physical and a presence up there, something we haven't had for a while. And hopefully Amrabat to give us that solid base to build on as well and distribute the ball really well for us. So that should hopefully transform the way that we play. You would hope. Right, anyway, guys, we've been on here for 1 hour and 31 minutes. I'm going to have to wrap this video up now. But as always, great community chat. Thank you so much to everybody getting in here. You're a bunch of legends, honestly. Big love to all the chatters in the live chat. Piggy, can we get some scapegoat merch, please? It's not happening. It's not happening. Call in the good luck scapegoat. It's not happening, lad. But thank you to every one of the legends in the live chat. Big up yourselves. Big up all the members of the channel in green for supporting the channel. Big up all the moderators like First Class, Berber, Rushmano, Vutinator, Hoopman, Ulster, everyone for moderating the chat. Cake Cadet and everyone. Thanks for moderating, guys. Thank you to all the members for supporting the channel. Thank you all the chatters for getting in here. All of you legends popping up on the screen right now. I do really appreciate every single one of you for getting in here. Great community chat as always. Thank you so much, guys and gals, for joining us tonight. That is the latest news. Gungshi, a legend, what's going on? Good to see you, mate. Good morning. You just waking up. Big love to you, Gungshi, over in Taiwan, you absolute don. Much love to you, Gungshi. I hope you're doing well today, bud. Thanks for getting in here and saying hello. You absolute legend, mate. Thanks for the poke gifts. Yeah, Rasmus is good. I love handles, but how good we have to wait and see this year, don't we? And even this year, you're not going to see the peak of him. He's only 20, so we'll see how he develops. But I think he is really good. He's a real big physical presence up there. He's lightning. He's 6'3", strong as fuck, and he's only 20. He's got a lot to give, I think. Let's just hope he stays fit. But yes, I'm not worried about him too much. Thank you. No worries, Gungshi. Better late than never, my son. Thank you, First Class Gamer. You're a legend, bro. I appreciate you, man. Cheers, everyone. That's it from me. Thank you, Worst Lip Reading. Thank you, Hoopman. Thank you, Angus. Thank you, Kingslayer, Rach, everyone in the chat. You're a bunch of legends. Do us a favor before you go. Smash the like. We're nearly at 300 likes. We were on 275. Can we get to 300 likes? Make sure you leave a thumbs up before you go. All we ask is for a cheeky little like. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Get yourself involved. We're on here daily, giving you the latest updates and covering all the latest news in regards to United and doing the watch-alongs. We'll have a preview on the channel tomorrow as well. Hey, big up Realist, MUFC Realist TV. Ferguson is injured. Right, yeah, Evan Ferguson. Okay, yes. So, interestingly enough, actually, apparently he's a United fan, isn't he? So hopefully we could perhaps be looking at him in the future. He looks very good. But that's good news for us, isn't it? That's good news for us because he does look dangerous. Scored a hat-trick the other day. So yeah, that's good news, man. Hope you're keeping well tonight, by the way. MUFC Realist TV, get in there, my son. DC Skyline, what's good? Says Pig, you should compile all your King Eric impressions. Bloody, that would take a long time. I literally do it at the end of every single video. That would take a long time. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Mark and you, Don. Yes, let's get some Glazers out emojis in there to end on. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, all of you. Have a good night. You can follow the website, flyingpigunited.com. Check out the social media links in the description and follow us at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. All those places. Come back after this video is finished and have your say in the not live comments section. Get your thoughts and opinions in about anything we've discussed. That would be much appreciated. Have your say. Keep the debate going afterwards. And I'll see you tomorrow for the latest updates, guys. Thanks for watching. And remember, FIFA's going to be coming back soon over on the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming. Make sure you give us a follow up at Flying Pig Gaming. In fact, I'm going to pin a little link to the top of the live chat here, guys, which is the, just a little link to a video on the Clips channel. Make sure you're following the Clips channel, Flying Pig United Extra. It's growing. It's nearly at 1,000 subs over there. Extra Clips channel here. Go and smash a like on it and a comment on it if you want. It's just a 2-minute video. The title of the video is Southgate Defends Harry Maguire. LOL. So I'll pin that to the top of the chat. Go over there and give it a watch. It's only 2 minutes long if you want. It's just from yesterday's stream. But yes, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Have a great evening. You're a bunch of legends. Stay classy. Get some Glazers out and some love hearts in there for this community of legends. Piggy loves you. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.